There is a dead mouse in your garden right now, or there was one recently, and you probably never saw what happened to it. You did not find it. You did not have to bury it. You did not smell it for more than a day or two. Something else handled it, and it handled it with a precision that no municipal cleanup service could match. Most people have never heard the name Nicrophorus. They have never watched what this beetle does in the hours after a small animal dies. The burying beetle, Nicrophorus americanus, the American burying beetle, pronounced Nicrophorus americanus. It is the largest carrion beetle in North America, reaching 35 millimeters in length, black with bright orange-red patches on its wing covers. Its antennae end in clubs that carry the most sensitive olfactory organs known in any beetle. A single dead bird or mouse can be detected from a distance of 2 kilometers downwind. The beetle arrives within hours, sometimes within 30 minutes of death. What happens next is the part most people cannot believe the first time they read it. A mated pair works together to move the carcass. They crawl beneath it and use their backs to carry it, walking in synchronized effort, sometimes relocating a dead mouse 10 meters through leaf litter to find soil with the right texture and moisture for burial. Once positioned, they dig. The carcass sinks. Within 12 hours, it is underground. Then the preparation begins. The beetles strip the fur or feathers, reshape the carcass into a compact sphere, coat it in secretions from their mouths and glands. Research published in PLOS One in 2016 by Sandra Steiger and colleagues at the University of Bayreuth identified that these secretions contain antimicrobial compounds that actively suppress fungal and bacterial growth. The beetles are not simply burying the body, they are preserving it. The female lays her eggs in the soil beside the burial chamber. When the larvae hatch, the parents do not leave. This is the part that separates Nicrophorus from every other beetle most people have encountered. Both parents remain. They feed the larvae directly, mouth to mouth, regurgitating pre-digested material from the carcass into the mouths of individual offspring. The larvae beg, rear up, tap the parents with their legs, and the parent responds. Research from the laboratory of Alan Moore at the University of Georgia documented that larvae raised with parental feeding grow faster and survive at higher rates than larvae deprived of it. Biparental care of this kind, sustained over weeks, responsive to individual offspring, is rare in vertebrates. In beetles, it had been documented in essentially one genus before the ecology of Nicrophorus was studied in detail in the 1980s and 1990s by Douglas Anderson and others working from field populations in the American Midwest. The American burying beetle is a federally listed endangered species. 200 years ago, it was found in 35 states and 3 Canadian provinces. Today, it persists in isolated populations in Oklahoma, Nebraska, South Dakota, and Rhode Island, and on Nantucket Island through a reintroduction program run by the Roger Williams Park Zoo. What was once the most efficient recycler of organic matter across North America's eastern forests now occupies less than 10% of its historic range. The other 13 North American Nicrophorus species remain more common. If dead animals have been disappearing cleanly from your property, they are the reason. What fills the space when carrion beetles are absent is visible in any ecosystem where broad-spectrum insecticide use has suppressed them. Dead animals remain on the surface longer. Blowfly populations spike. A study published in Ecological Entomology in 2019 documented measurable differences in soil nitrogen profiles between plots with intact carrion, beetle communities, and plots without them. The beetle is not incidental to the decomposition cycle, it is structurally integrated into it. The next time something dies quietly in your yard and disappears overnight, you know what happened. A pair of beetles found it in the dark, relocated it, buried it, and are now feeding their larvae inside a sealed chamber below the surface. The same behavior documented in Cretaceous fossils, running on the same timing, in the same soil, under the same kind of garden. You did not have to do anything. The system was already running. Have you ever found a dead animal in your yard that vanished before you could deal with it, or watched something disappear overnight with no explanation? Tell me about it in the comments. I read everyone. And if you want to understand another creature working in the soil beneath your garden at night, one that most people have never thought to look for, the next video is already waiting.